tune to this. There's a part of me that wants to continue on with this Neal Schon badassery because he is, I was thinking about it all throughout the week and reading some of your comments from the last Neal Schon thing I did, and he is extremely underrated. He is a fucking badass. We're gonna look into Don't Stop Believin' off the Escape album, I believe. Yeah. The first time I saw this covered in a band situation, I was in the 8th grade and went to the 8th grade dance, and a band was covering it, and the guitar player played the that opening thing, which I thought was great. He tapped it. I'll show you that. There's a couple of different ways to play it, and we'll explore those. I'll show you the right way, which is actually, it's good and it's also terrible. So here's the way that my man played it. This finger here, 12th fret high E. So the whole thing is in E major. So you've got 12, pull off to 11, pull off to 9, pull off to 7. To an insane degree of speed. And now you're going to do a double stop thing at the, well, you did in two different spots, obviously. You go for the one you like the most. Look, we're going to go B and high E at the 19th fret. Bend the B string, not the high E. Or find the exact same notes on a different set of strings higher up on the neck. So now I'm at the 24th fret of the B and 23rd of the G. Bend the G, not the B. I would actually, this would be my go-to because it's like, it's the highest frets. You can't get any higher. You're using different frets. That's just the one I would do. Yeah, like your fingers go right there. The hard part will be doing the tapping. Yeah, it's that would be the thing you practice, going from there to there. And this only lasts for like that long. Now, the way our boy Neal does it is very cool. And he also does this type of picking, which I used to do because George Lynch used to do it that way. Yeah, I'm one of those guys. Paul Gilbert used to pick this way in the very beginning until he found out his thumb was hurting, and then he flipped. So anyways, you're doing the same exact notes, which would be an E, E flat, D flat, and a B. And he's doing it here. So B string is going to be 17, 16, and then G is going to be 18, 16. The good news is, picking wise, is that it's just 2 notes per string. So you got a down up here and then a down up here. It's a lot like the lick Randy Rhoads does in I Don't Know. But this is in the E major area. And you just increase the speed to whatever he's doing it at. And you just increase the speed to whatever Neal is doing it at, which is pretty insane for being picked. I can't do it, but I also haven't practiced it either, but it's awesome. And he's doing it. And then he's got to get that in. So yeah, that dude, as soon as I heard that, I was like hooked. I don't care if it's a ballad, love it. You know, I was also 14, loved it. I would have bought that album on the strength of that alone. I know me. That's exactly what I would have done, because I did have that album. Okay, so we've got this way. We have this way. If I had to play it tomorrow, I would probably do it this way. Total cheating. I would do it like this. I would go high E, 12, 11, pull off to 9, and then I'd put the last note, the B note here at the B string 12, and I would just pull off these 3, which would be it'd be pull off and mute. So my right hand is doing, like, you could call it either economy picking or like a very small sweep. The thing you have to be mindful of is that this third finger is kind of borrowing, because you have to get back to that high E. That kind of a thing. But look, you do it however, or you can take this and then put it up to the B string. Same intervals. At least that way you're closer to the... Let's get into the solo, shall we? So the solo is based off of E major once again. So what is E major in mode name? It's E Ionian. If you don't know what that shape is, it is a shape. Ionian is a shape. I'll show you right now. So low E, it's going to look like this. I'll just turn the guitar down a tiny bit. Ionian is actually a really cool shape because it's in 2-string pairings, kind of a deal. So you got on the low E and A, you have 12, 14, 16. On the D and G, you have 13, 14, 16. On the B, you have 14, 16, 17. Let me do it again, nice and slow. And in order for Neal to make a really nice sounding solo, you don't use the whole scale, and you don't use the order of the notes that way. You mix things up, you use vibrato, that kind of a thing. So what does he do? He does something like and that's all the notes I've just showed you just now. I'll do it slower if that helps. Actually, I'm going to add a bit of glitz. Glitz just sounds nice. Now, it's obviously double tracked. While he's hitting this note, in the background you'll hear an E flat and an E come out. In order to make notes like that sound cleaner, you sometimes have to hit the note and then take maybe some fingers that are behind the note and kind of rest them on other strings and do upstrokes on the pick so that you're not accidentally, unless you're trying to rake, but your best bet's to like pick under. So I have my pointy finger blatantly blocking out B and G, and then I've got the meaty, fleshy part of my thumb on my right hand pressing down on low E, A, D, and even G, so that it's just, there's the only note that could possibly ring out in this scenario is going to be the high E string. And I don't think that's something you consciously practice, although maybe you do. I just think that comes with playing the guitar and experience, and just over time, your hands just start to do that without even really you knowing. At least that's what I think. I could be wrong. But yeah, Neal Schon's the best. I will talk to you soon. Have a great rest of your day. Dug out.